My little girl will sneeze right in my mouth. She got a cold. She got an ear infection, and they rub their noses all over. You pick a kid up that's got a cold, you're gonna have to change your shirt when you put him back down. I know it's disgusting. I know, and it's more disgusting for me because it's happening to me. Your kid looks up at you and then coughs right in your eyes, right in your nose.
Yep.
They're laying down next to you. They cough right in your ear. You're gonna get it. This is the first episode of Too Much Coffee.
Yeah.
The Too Much Coffee podcast.
Drinking the coffee.
Well, you sort of feel like if you have a show called Too Much Coffee, you should be drinking coffee.
True.
Coming up with the title was hard. It makes literal sense because my struggle against drinking coffee is real every day.
Yeah, me too.
I have to make myself stop, before I jitter so much that I can't hold a pencil anymore. My name is Jason, and this is my brother Kevin.
And I'm Kevin.
It's the first episode. Look, it's got to be a little raw.
True.
Okay, that's the whole point.
True.
DIY, do it yourself, internet. I have to talk about Dune.
Fair enough.
The movie.
I literally watched it last night.
Just watched it last night. I watched it, like a week ago. But I've been a fan of Dune for a long time because I like the books.
Yeah.
But the first Dune book goes back to like 1965.
Well, yeah. I didn't know until last night that it's the best-selling sci-fi novel ever, which I didn't know. Have never read the books, but I did watch the David Lynch movie years ago.
Yeah. Did you like that one?
I thought it was okay. But you could really tell that it felt like there was a lot of missing information.
Yeah, well, the problem is Dune is on the borderline between too weird for regular people anyway.
Yeah.
The book.
Yeah.
And I can imagine throwing David Lynch into that mix sends it straight over the cliff. I seem to remember that it was really dark. Just every scene dark.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. That's my vision.
Are you talking about like visually dark?
Yes.
Like just visually?
Literally dark, yes.
I don't know. I don't remember it being particularly dark.
Maybe I'm wrong about that. I mean, the guy who made the movie, he's like Ridley Scott. He just makes movies that look good.
Yeah.
Denis Villeneuve. He made Blade Runner, which people didn't watch, but was really good too.
Oh, Blade Runner 2049?
Really good. Right.
Oh, I don't think I knew that.
Yes,
actually.
he made that.
I like that one. I like that one too.
So anyway, I've liked the Dune books for a really long time.
Yeah.
I have all the books on my shelf. He wrote 6 of them, and then he passed. And then he had notes, so his son finished the last one. I've never read the last book. I just have no interest. The thing about Frank
Herbert. Dune, written by Frank Dune.
So the thing about him is he was such an interesting person. Go read it. Go listen to an interview or something sometime, or read one by him.
Yeah.
So I couldn't imagine anybody trying to write those books. There's no way that it's good. His son finished it up. So anyway, I should go back and read it. At least it's based on his notes. I don't know how it ends.
Yeah.
There's 7 books. Well, there are more than 7, but the main series, maybe there are 8. He might have broken it up into 2. And I've heard a lot of people say the first one's good. I don't like the ones after that. I get it.
Yeah.
It gets for a particular style after that. I love it personally. I love it. When the movie came out, I decided I wanted to go back and reread the books. So right now I'm on the 4th one. What's cool is after you've read, I read them first probably, 10 years ago or something like that. So it's been a while
I remember you
since I've read them. And when you go back and reread something, it's like you pick up on a lot of things that you didn't see the first time.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I think about it in a different way. A lot of things have happened to me in 10 years. And to you. So
yeah, I feel that way just about stuff in general. When I go back and revisit it, I see a lot more than I did when I was younger.
Yeah. I feel like the first half of it moved pretty nice. And then after that, it got a little slow. A lot of loud noises in the back, a lot of a loud tone with people looking around, slow motion, that kind of stuff. I could personally do with a little bit less of that.
There's a lot of information I would probably get if I was reading the book. I probably didn't get from the movie.
A ton.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine. I really don't know what it would be like to watch the movie not having read the book, because the whole world is fleshed out.
Yeah.
In the book, and you learn about all these the Bene Gesserits and all these people.
Yeah,
and there's a wealth of information about all these characters. If you're familiar with it, you see it referenced in the movie in passing, but they have to move so fast.
Yeah.
Well, what did you think? I mean, was it easy to follow?
I was going to say, I was never lost at any point.
Yeah.
Where I was like, there were some things where I was like, I didn't entirely understand what this thing that was, but I get the important bits enough to follow the story. Because like I can tell that there's a lot of information I'm missing, but there's enough there that
is enough.
I get it. Yeah.
The Bene Gesserit. All right,
Yeah.
just one little stupid, trivia.
Yeah.
They can move every muscle in their body
Yeah.
through concentration. They've trained themselves. All the Harkonnens sort of get lost.
Yeah.
They move so fast. When I first watched it, I thought, man, Paul is way too small,
Oh yeah.
tiny.
Interesting.
And in my version of Paul in my head was not like that. But I went back and I checked the book.
Yeah.
Because they're all described physically in the book. You can read and see what they look like. And really, Paul was actually small in the book. Paul seems like a force of nature.
Yeah.
There was an entire program designed to produce a person like him.
Yeah.
And I don't think they briefly, I think, gloss over that. He's the result of a breeding program.
Yeah.
That the Bene Gesserit have. That's something else I'm a sucker for in the book. Is all these characters who are really capable.
Yeah.
Like borderline superheroes. It's not so much that it takes it out of it out of the story, but they're so good. They're so capable. I love stuff like that.
Interesting.
Have you seen Shang-Chi?
No, I haven't watched it.
Okay, I guess I shouldn't just jump over to another movie. But as soon as I start talking about these characters in Dune being too capable, it makes me think about Shang-Chi because I watched it a few days ago. We got Disney Plus, which weirdly crashes sometimes.
Oh, some of those players. I watched Dune on HBO Max, which has the worst web browser player in the history of mankind.
I
had to stop it and refresh like
great.
4 times.
It's
in
not
the movie.
great.
Yeah.
That software is not great, and Disney Plus is not great.
Yeah.
Netflix never crashes for me.
Yeah.
Now, I live out in the woods, so my internet is not good. You know this. So anyway, Shang-Chi,
Yeah.
Marvel movie. Nobody knows anything about Shang-Chi. Nobody cares about Shang-Chi as a character. Which is
Look,
fine.
all-
Guardians of the Galaxy was like that.
Yeah.
When I remember when that movie was about to come out, it's like, who cares about those guys? and it's like the biggest, one of the biggest movies, one of the best movies in the whole MCU.
Yeah. Look, anything Marvel superhero related, I'm like, I'll watch if somebody else is going to watch it.
Yeah.
If I'm going with somebody
No,
to
I
a theater, I'll
understand.
watch it.
They're stupid. They're all dumb. But that's why I was bringing up Shang-Chi. It's dumb.
Yeah.
It is. It's painfully dumb. But I'm not going to totally spoil the movie. But I'm going to have to get into it a little bit
Go
to
for it.
explain my thought here. But who cares? It's a Marvel movie. Who cares?
Yeah.
Just if you want to watch it, you're going to watch it.
Yeah, anyone
So-
who wants to watch is going to.
In the movie, the basic setup is he was trained from a young age to do kung fu, to fight. And eventually, and he didn't know this, but he was going to be sent on missions by his dad. So good that he, as a 13-year-old kid, he's just defeating everybody. 14 years old, his dad sends him to assassinate someone. He doesn't want to do that. He leaves. And ends up whatever city he's in. Who cares? Whatever city he's in the movie. I don't even remember. And then he lives like a normal, boring life. And as a matter of fact, is a complete underachiever.
Yeah.
He grows up. He's got a bud. His friend Aquafina.
Yeah.
In the movie, she's actually pretty funny in the movie. And then at some point, he gets into a fight. I might have missed something at the beginning of the movie. He does not have superpowers.
Yeah. Well, I guess he was trained by his dad when he was young.
But just a guy.
Yeah.
And his training stopped when he was 14 years old.
Yeah.
So he gets in a fight on a bus with these bad dudes, and he is just tearing them up, three or four guys at a time by himself. Now this is a guy who's just lived a normal life. I don't recall them saying, "Oh, he keeps up with his training. He is always fighting to make sure he's sharp."
Yeah.
None of that. He just destroys these guys, and then later in the movie, he's getting in fights with scores of people, and taking them all out. And then he takes his shirt off, and he is completely ripped.
That's what I'm talking about. Jacked.
Why is he ripped? There's no reason for that.
So that training, man.
No slacker, normal slacker type is ripped.
What do you mean? Let me take my shirt off right now.
Marvel movies are stupid. That's fine.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
They're all
about
dumb.
all of them.
They're all dumb, and that's fine. But a lot of them I can still enjoy a lot.
Yeah.
You just don't think about it too much. But Shang-Chi was too much for me.
Yeah.
It had like some dragons and stuff, and that was really cool to watch. Like magic stuff going on, which was fun. But it was too much, man. It's too much. I need some grounding.
Yeah.
How is this guy? And he's not just fighting regular people. I would get that.
Yeah.
If you have training, you can beat regular people.
Yeah.
Dune, I guess they're making a second one. There was
I would assume it says part 1 on it. So
yeah, there was some question I think about you can't label your movie part 1 if you're not going to make a part 2, right? No matter what. Yeah.
So I would assume it's like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the cool thing about the Lord of the Rings, they filmed them all at once.
Did they?
That is not the case here. Yeah. They filmed the whole trilogy at one time.
Oh, okay.
Smart.
Yeah.
I think there was actually some question about, this had to make a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
And it's not killing it. I think it's going to make enough that they'll, do a sequel. That seems to be the consensus when you read articles and stuff. So anyway, I'll be excited to see, the thrilling conclusion to the Dune
The next part.
It's a deep book, man. It's deep. There's a lot of ideas in there. The guy, Frank Herbert had a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
About ecology, about politics, about social justice, all these sorts of things. And they're all swirling around in the book in a really interesting way. So,
yeah.
If you like...
Look, one day I'm going to read them.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of this year.
The first one. It's a thick book.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
There are a lot of pages.
Which I don't mind. I mean...
Yeah, I don't mind either if it's good.
Yeah.
If it's terrible, 10 pages is too much. I tried to read...
That's true of anything.
I tried to... who Joseph Campbell is?
Yeah. Heart of Darkness and all that. I've never read any of his books, but yeah.
Yeah, well, he wrote a book called Man of a Thousand Faces. Mm-hmm. I really know nothing about Joseph Campbell except what any normally college-educated person would know. But there's a Joseph Campbell book on my shelf, and I pulled it down and tried to read it.
Yeah.
Terrible. He's the man who, he describes the myth.
Yeah, the
hero's journey.
Hero's journey.
Campbell.
That's it.
I was really excited to get into it and learn about story and myth. Yeah. And instead, you open it up, and it's just yapping, nonsensical, totally abstract, yapping that never ends, self-indulgent. I could not stand it. Joseph Campbell fans, tell me I'm an idiot.
I might have to try and give it a read.
But I don't think there are going to be too many sticking up for him because it is just bad.
I might have to give it a read sometime.
Yeah, now you should, just to see how bad it is. Now, I'm just talking about that book. I don't know about anything else he's ever,
Yeah, I've never read any of his stuff. I don't know. I've been bad recently about just starting books and just not finishing them for some reason.
If a book is bad, throw it in the trash.
Well, they're not bad.
Get rid of it.
They're good. I'm just like, I start it and then I just, for some reason, don't finish it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why. It's a recent thing, recent phenomenon.
No, because we got too much to do, man.
That's true.
There's stuff to do. Hustle, baby, hustle. That's what people are talking about nowadays. Hustle, baby, hustle. You get on the wrong side of Twitter, where all these hustle guys live, and you follow about 3 or 4 of these guys. Your timeline, baby, hustle, grind. I respect people who make stuff and sell it.
Yeah,
I respect that someone who can generate a giant audience. But I'm trying to think of how you would instruct someone in how to do that. Now, if you are the type of person who goes in there and you just say what you say, and people love it, click on it, share it, follow you, how do you teach that to someone?
Well, I don't think you have to. I think the real thing is, or at least the way I've always done stuff, is I just do what I'm interested in.
Yes.
And I know that I'm just a fucking weirdo. And the things I'm interested in are not for everyone. So I don't expect a mass large. I just do what I do and I let people come.
That's okay. You don't need a gigantic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You just need enough.
It's not about like appealing to everyone. You're just appealing to
Yes.
You just do what you're going to do. Say what you're going to say, and the people who are
let's
appealed
compare
will come to you.
Okay, so let's say you got one person who just does what they like.
Yeah.
100%. They're not planning or whatever. They just do it. They just enjoy something. They're doing their natural thing. They get on Twitter or whatever.
Yeah.
And their natural thing appeals to lots of people.
Yeah.
Man, follow.
Yeah.
Someone else is into something like, you said you're into more niche, very niche things.
Yes. Yeah.
You could do the exact same thing as the other person. You will not have the same results.
Yeah.
Why? Because, well, first of all, because it's not the same subject matter.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
impossible.
the same stuff.
Self-help, I'm kind of over that. It's a genre.
Yeah.
Books, things like that. It's not that there's anything wrong with it per se. You need a certain amount of that just to get your mind right sometimes.
Yeah.
They'll teach you how to work hard.
Yeah.
Or they'll show you that you don't understand what it means to work hard. When you read some stories about people who work hard, and you're like, oh, this guy had 4 kids. He woke up at 5 o'clock. He worked on his side thing for 3 hours every morning. Then he went and worked a regular job. And then when the kids went to bed, he worked for 2 more hours a night. You read about someone who does that for a year, and you're like, oh, I don't even know what hard work is. I thought I understood what hard work was. I don't. You can get stuff like that from the motivational guys. That's good.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to do self-help, you're essentially trying to change your brain. It's a long-term process. It's like...
Just a little bit at a time.
You're not just trying to learn how to work hard and to learn a system and blah, blah, blah. You're literally trying to change yourself.
Yeah.
Your brain. And that's tough. That takes time.
Yeah. My one word of advice on all that is just learn how to break things down into small problems.
Yeah. Just stick to it. One of the best traits you could have for that, or being successful in any way, is to be consistent.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Even if you're not like optimized or whatever, and not many people are.
Well, yeah, I definitely
People are not meant to be over optimized anyway. That's a machine.
Yeah.
But even if you're doing everything wrong, if you just stick to it and you can continue to stick to it over time, it'll work out. Because most people drop off. If you just stick to it, eventually you make something happen. But anyway, I'm not trying to go down the Tony Robbins rabbit hole. I'm not selling
it's all good
here or sign up for my seminar. I just,
I don't know how to describe it exactly, but there are things that are helpful to hear, good bits of advice that you probably are going to hear more from people you know.
Yeah.
I remember reading a study that said that like when you read motivational stuff or listen to motivational speakers, it doesn't actually motivate you. What it does is it just triggers the parts in your brain that says you've already done the thing.
Yeah. There's a lot to that.
Yeah.
If you can't do something, you almost feel like you have done something when you listen to all these
that's
guys.
That's exactly what it is.
Guys.
Yeah.
That's why people go to Tony Robbins. You have a whole crowd of people who paid $5,000 to be there. It's like when you're there, you feel like you are the man or the woman.
Oh, yeah, especially if you pay $5,000.
You feel like you are getting it done, and you don't have to do a thing.
That's like a lot of the audiophile guys, like you pay $12,000 for a turntable. It's like, it better sound good.
I was thinking about this morning. If I could impart one thing to my children, I would like it to be, I think, to teach them how to get into the cycle of working on a project. So if you're into music, you got to learn how to write the songs, weed out the songs, practice the songs, play them in public, figure out what works, what doesn't work, record. Maybe this is a little old school because when we were playing, you still would give out CDs and sell CDs. Those are done. But anyway, back in the day, then you'd record the album. Then you'd sell the album, tour with it, sell it, pimp it out. Pimp it.
Like, I know what you mean. It's all good.
Hustle.
Yeah.
Sell it out of the back of your car, whatever. You're trying to sell these CDs. And then you do that over and over again. Man, I think back to when we were playing music, and it's like, dang, we did not know what we were doing at all.
Yeah, pretty much.
We didn't have that process down. But if I were to teach my kids one thing, it would be to get into something and stay into it. Then you have forward momentum. Anyway,
not that I'm wildly successful. That's always been my thing. I just find something I want to do and work on it.
Yeah,
one part at a time.
I'm a natural dilettante.
Don't overwhelm yourself. Me too.
I feel like I'm into everything.
Yeah,
but you cannot do that and succeed. You got to pick.
Well, yeah, it depends on what you mean. That sort of, if it's just your interest, you're just into a lot of different things.
Yeah,
it can serve you because I feel like that's, especially when you look at like game designers and stuff like that. I feel like they're all kind of like that. They have this like broad interests and they know a lot about a lot of different things.
Yeah, I mean there is an advantage to that in that you have a broad knowledge base and experience base to draw from. But when it comes to your work, you got to drill down on something.
That's true.
Keep it kind of tight.
That's true.
It's incredible to me. Someone who gets into a thing and then they're just into that.
Oh, yeah.
And that's it. I'm into retro video games.
Yeah.
All I do is play games, read about games, make videos about games, sell games, tweet about games. That's it. Anyway, I did not mean to get into half those things we just
That's okay.
into. This is episode 1. So we're sort of figuring out the format. We'll figure out what feels good. Thank you for listening to the first episode of Too Much Coffee. I'm Jason.
And I'm Kevin.
Bye. Bye. Bye.